Hello everybody, this is Dave, and welcome to my unboxing, setup, and review of the Magellan Echo Fit Sports Activity and Sleep Smartwatch. They added the word fit to this new generation for 2014 because now, without being paired to your smartphone or a fitness app, you can track your steps, distance, and calories, as well as record your sleep lengths and patterns. It has a standalone stopwatch feature, as well as it displaying the time of day. One great advantage to this sports watch is that it runs on a coin cell size battery. It lasts 6 to 8 months, and it doesn't need to be charged daily, weekly, or even monthly. Just like the first generation Echo Watch, you can pair it to your favorite fitness app and display things like total time, miles, and pace. And it's all depending on which app you use. Some apps work better than others. There's also a way to control your music playback, but only for certain apps. And when you do control your music playback, it only plays back the music that is stored on your phone, like with syncing with iTunes or putting it on your SD card. And it won't work with apps like Pandora, Spotify, or even Slacker Radio. Although with the fitness apps, you can use those third-party music apps. The only problem is you won't be able to control it with the playback, pause, and resume feature. You can also control your fitness app, pausing it and resuming the workout with some of the buttons. And some apps actually let you configure the smartwatch to display what you want to be seen on the smartwatch face. There is a utility that you can download, that you need to download, so that you can configure things like your profile, your goals, and some watch faces. So let's take this out of the box. We'll set it up. I'll give you the first look, and we'll go from there. Now this is compatible with all the iPhones and all the firmwares, as well as Android. You can download your favorite app. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with Runtastic, but it does work with Runkeeper and Strava and MapMyFitness and Wahoo Fitness and all of those other things. So we'll put the box aside. Comes with this card here with the code, or you can just go on Magellan GPS.com start Echo, and you can download the utility app. That's the Echo utility app. And here is the watch itself. We'll peel off this display sticker. And in the background, you can see the utility app. We'll open up that utility app, and we'll turn on the watch for the first time. So we press and hold, it will start up, and it will say either use the QR code or we'll stick to the URL. So now it's searching for the watch, and on the Echo utility app, we're going to turn it on, and we're going to pair it up. So we'll say Dave's iPhone utility app, and it will sync for the first time. Once it's done syncing, it will also ask you to upgrade the firmware, which I've already done. I've been using this watch for over a week now. I got it pretty much down pat. It's very easy to use. So now the utility app will display let's get started. So it's going to be male for me, and date of birth. You can change all that, and we'll hit next. We'll see how tall I am. We'll see how much I weigh. And you can configure your daily goals. You can configure the steps of how many steps you want to do a day, the distance, your calories, and how many hours of sleep you want to do. So now we can also set up our alarms if we want this watch to alarm. It doesn't have a vibration feature, but it will sound the alarm. And we can go into settings, and we can set up different faces for the watch. So we could do a modern look, an analog look, and we can also do traditional, which I like the best because it displays the date, the day, and the time. We can set up our time format and the way we want to display the date, and we can make it inverted or black, and you can set up your language. Right now there's only English. So with all that set, now we just go back, and you're going to see our watch face set to modern. So now you can connect your heart rate monitor if you like, if you have one. If you bought the $179 feature. This is a $129 watch, but with $179 you get the strap that goes across your chest, and you could set that up as well. So now we can hit get started, and this will explain all about setting up the watch, but we're pretty much done with the utility. Now on the watch itself, like I said, standalone without being paired, the upper left, and you can see your steps. Right now we're at 0, and it'll give you a 70-day average. It'll tell you your goal for steps. You can do your kilometers. You can also change it to miles, and it'll tell you your goals and your 70-day average, as well as your calories burned and your goal and your 70-day average. And then it'll have your sleep. So say your goal for sleeping, say you set it for 8 hours, and then you can set that up. And there's a way of setting it up where when you're ready to go to bed, you click it. So here's the time displayed. Now if you press and hold any one of the buttons, you'll get this menu here. And if you want to pair it to your smartphone, you press this button. If you want to set your sleep, so you press this button, and then your sleep will start and it will monitor your sleeping. And then there's also the stopwatch feature, which also tells you how many steps and how much of a time it took for you to do that lap, say for instance. So now we compare it with one of our favorite smart apps. We have a whole bunch to choose from. Okay, so the best case scenario is when you're setting up your watch to work with your favorite app is on the iOS device or Android device. You want to make sure that your Bluetooth is on and that your location services is already on. And believe it or not, Wi-Fi is on, because I know with iOS, it uses GPS. Now the watch doesn't have GPS, but the iPhone does. And when you use it with Wi-Fi, it can triangulate where you are in the world better by bouncing off towers, Wi-Fi towers, and that's how you get a better location. It's not necessary, but it's always nice to have your Wi-Fi on when you're using GPS with these apps. The other thing is, in the background, you don't want to have too many apps open. You just want to have maybe the Magellan Echo app open. You don't even need it open, but you don't want to have multiple fitness apps open. So now let's open up Runkeeper. Now the other thing to mention is you only see 4 buttons displayed on this watch. There's actually a 5th button, believe it or not, and the 5th button is the tap of the screen. And there are certain apps like Wahoo Fitness will allow you to configure all 5 of these buttons, including the tap, in order to create a function. But now we're just going to use Runkeeper. And Runkeeper is an app that I use most often because it's very simple and it gives you speed too. Not just pace, but it gives you speed. And I like to know how fast I'm walking without trying to figure it out from the pace. So here we have our Runkeeper app open, and all you have to do is press any button. I'll just press the upper left here, and we're going to press pair, and we're going to pair it up to the running app that is Runkeeper. And once you see that, you'll see it pair up. Watch. And it paired up automatically. Usually ask you, the first time it usually asks you, do you want to pair with Runkeeper, Dave's iPhone? And you click and it pairs. So now you see here on the watch that it's displaying distance, it's displaying pace, and it's displaying time. There's no way to change that when you're using Runkeeper. Matter of fact, there's no music playback controls with Runkeeper. The only button that works with Runkeeper app is the start.
Activity started.
And it starts up the app, and it will pause it if you stop to talk to somebody or whatever and you don't want to record your pause. Then you could just resume away.
Activity resumed.
And now it will display in real time. It works really good like that. It's great external display. You can now tuck away your phone. But unfortunately, if you want to listen to music, you have to use the iPhone screen and type away what song you want to listen to, or open Pandora or whatever. There's no button. But now let me show you like the Wahoo app. And we'll like I said, we'll close out any apps that we're not using in the background, fitness apps. And now let's open up Wahoo, and you're going to see a big difference. So let's turn it back to regular watch. And now in sensors, we're going to have Echo Fit. Okay, we'll click on Echo Fit. It will search it. It will find it. So we're going to click here and we're going to pair. So we'll pair up Echo Fit. And once it finds it, it's connecting. And once it's connected, I'm going to show you that you can change all the displays. So it's connected now, and it's going to sync that first time again. And any changes you make, it will resync. So we'll sync it up the first time, and now you're going to see that the display looks a lot different than Runkeeper. It's got 4 fields. I like this because it shows what time of day it is, so you know that it's 12 o'clock. And you'll do your total, you'll do your miles, and you'll do your miles per hour, or your pace or whatever. Now you hit display controls, you can set up a profile, and what's great about this app is you can just put different things like songs title, you could set up a lap, you can, depending on what you're using in the app, you can add different screens, which is completely cool, different screens, and by tapping the screen you can change over to different screens. Also with the app you can set up pop-ups, you could set up your buttons. Now you see where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you can set to whatever you want it to be set to. So 1 will be the lap, number 2 will be next track for your music, number 3 will be start and pause workout, and then number 4 will be play and pause for music. So the right side will be music, left side will be workout, and then you have the tap screen where you can tap different screens to get the different screens. Now why doesn't Runkeeper have this? As a matter of fact, why doesn't Magellan have their own fitness app that you can configure? And why in the world wouldn't you be able to control any third-party music, but you can't? You can only control music that's stored on your iPhone. We're talking about this app here. You can only play the music app. So that's it. You can't do any other app, which is totally upsetting to me because I wanted to be able to control Pandora. But that just might be an iOS thing. I don't know, So we have settings. We can have the backlight always on. You control your buttons, your pop-ups, your screen, and everything. There it is. So now we have it nice and configured. We can tap our screens and in real time see as many fields as we want. We can customize the fields. It's great. We can hit play. We can pause. We can go to the next track, which is really nice. And then we can start the workout.
3, 2, 1, go.
And then we can pause the workout, and we can set lap. We can hit this to set that lap. Watch. We'll hit resume, and we'll hit lap. So it'll give us our first lap. And then when we come around to the next place we want to trigger the lap, that's lap 2. And it just works great. Wahoo Fitness is made for this watch. They've really put the SDK or whatever to good use. Now, there's other apps, but we're running a little bit out of time. So let's now just talk about some real quick things. Like I said, if you could live with the music, being just the music you have stored, that's fine. If you want, more customization, there are certain apps that work better than others, which is great. Now, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. All Trails is a great app too. You can set, you could check in and put all different pins on your maps and everything like that. So every app has its different things. If they're not in the store, you can't put this on. You can't try it out. You have to buy it from the website. They might one day sell it at Best Buy. I don't know. You can give it a try. But I wanted to give you as much information as possible. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.